He said, get a screw, get a screw, get a gun, get a gun. That's what I was doing. He didn't say get the wall, like I didn't get, you did that. I think Brewster is turning out really good. He looks, I was never really imagined it until we started putting the sides on it and all that. Because one day I walked in there and half the stuff was built. I'm like, what is this?
This weekend we sided it. There's two sections of that. One is the rear section where we used a metal siding that we mounted horizontal.
So we have metal siding that's going on a portion of it.
I think it looks really cool, real modern. It's a nice clean look.
The tin that we ordered was not the correct length. I have not done any digging into it yet as to whether or not his drawing was wrong or not. He says it was not. I went off his drawings, but our tin was roughly 6 inches too long, which is not the end of the world, but it would have been really cool if we didn't have to cut everything, if it was already pre-cut. So it definitely, like I say, we hit a roadblock the first 10 minutes we were out there, so that's always fun to start a day off with.
Cutting that metal isn't very fun. The saw made it easier. I mean, if you just handed me a pair of tin snips and told me to go cut that stuff out, it wouldn't have been a good day. Saw made it easier, but the saw is very heavy.
And then we, of course, installed the panels on the front half around the window on the tower. We'll call it the tower.
And then on half of it, we have these wood-looking panels that are mounted up for design.
Again, there's a lot of plans and a lot of changing that took place there. Big reason was weight. I would say part of the reason we made the change there was because of cost. The change I'm talking about is we went from actual wood or a fake wood, whatever you would have used. We wanted it to have kind of a wood look on that end. It was very heavy, no matter what we went with, plastic, whatever we did. Again, very heavy on a build that's permanent. No, it's no big deal. It was fine. We could have used any boards. But when every pound matters, it was just too much. So instead I went with a 1/4 inch thick aluminum composite, and then we made a long-term decal to go on the side of it.
We did run into one small issue. Mandy and them did not put matte vinyl on our wood siding panels.
I went in, I talked to my accounting office, which is Laura, talked to Mandy, which is my design, and I said, look, I'm going to take a lot off of you guys. You don't have to find the perfect wood. They were struggling with it. We don't have to worry about the weight, and I'll save you a bunch of money, because the stuff we were looking at was really expensive. And I said, but I want this with matte laminate. I want you to find the perfect image, put matte laminate on it, and I think it could look really close to real wood. And the image Mandy selected I'm okay with. I don't love it, but I'm really disappointed about the fact that we didn't go with matte laminate. And I'm really disappointed about the fact that I know Mandy knew I would be disappointed, and I know Laura knew I would be disappointed, and I still ended up disappointed. So you can read into that whatever you want. They can say whatever they want. They could have got matte laminate. They didn't get matte laminate, and I got shafted. She gave me this in gloss instead of matte. I'm really not happy about it. We got some seam work to do, cover up some of our seams. Didn't really have any good corners, so we just used J-channel and kind of created our own corner. I like how that it's nice and clean on the back. They sent me these big corners that they typically put on here. I don't like them. I didn't think it'd look good, so I just used J-channel on my corners, and it was not bent perfectly, so it's out a little bit. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do about it. I might go ahead and have them run some screws in here, because I'm weird about stuff like that. But that wasn't our fault. The J-channel was really improperly bent, so it isn't as square as I'd like it to be, but it's still a pretty clean looking edge compared to what they gave me was a big old chunk that usually goes on these metal buildings. It goes out here, and that's not good. We also installed the door and the 2 drive-through windows, so those are installed so we can sheet around that.
I don't think I'd be able to think about all the stuff that he put into it. I mean, just a bunch of welds and Just put some siding up and throw a sign on there. I mean, that's how you see most food trailers, you know, they don't have as much detail put into them.
I think it looks great right now, but we gotta finish it still.
We got a lot done. It's looking really good. It was really fun yesterday because you're kind of starting to see the exterior of what it's going to look like. For a long time, you're just looking at frames and boards and studs, and you're just like, okay, yeah, whatever. But now that we're actually putting it together, you're starting to get the full vision of it.